Imagine a snake right now sliding across your foot. Did you flinch? That jolt you just felt is older than humanity itself. Fear is the oldest feeling you have. It runs faster than thought, takes over your body, and has kept every ancestor of yours alive. But what actually happens inside you when you are afraid? Why do we freeze? And why on earth do we pay money to be terrified? Fear is not your enemy. It is the most ancient guardian of your life. And today, we are going to meet it face to face. This is the science of fear. Here is the first shock. Fear is faster than you are. It reacts before you even know what you are afraid of. Deep in your brain sits a small almond-shaped alarm called the amygdala. Its only job is to scan for danger every second of your life. When it spots a threat, it does not wait for your thinking mind. It takes a shortcut and fires the alarm in under 1/10 of a second. Your slow, conscious brain only catches up a moment later, once you are already jumping, already running, already safe. Scientists proved this by flashing fearful faces too fast to see. People never noticed them, but their alarm fired anyway. That is why you can yank your hand from a snake or slam the brakes before you have any idea why. Your fear already decided for you. It is a beautiful design. In a world full of predators, the brain that reacted first survived. Thinking could wait.
There is a deeper twist. The newest science suggests this fast alarm does not create the feeling of fear at all. It just detects the danger and acts. The conscious feeling, that cold dread you know so well, is built a moment later by the thinking part of your brain on top of the body's reaction. So your body is often afraid before you are. It reacts in the dark, in silence, and only then hands the feeling up to you. The moment that alarm fires, your whole body transforms in seconds, getting ready to fight or to run. A surge of adrenaline floods your blood. Your heart slams faster, pushing fuel to your muscles. You can feel it pounding in your chest. Your pupils widen, swallowing more light so you can see the danger more clearly. Your lungs open, your breathing quickens. Blood rushes from your stomach and skin out to your arms and legs. That is why fear makes your face go pale and your mouth go dry. Your body is rerouting everything toward survival. Even your blood quietly thickens, becoming readier to clot in case the danger draws blood. And the hairs on your arms stand up. Goosebumps. A leftover from when our furry ancestors puffed up to look bigger and scarier. This whole reaction has a name, fight or flight, and it has been keeping animals alive for hundreds of millions of years. There are actually two waves. The first is electric, your nerves firing in milliseconds. The second is chemical, stress hormones building over minutes, keeping you charged long after the scare. It is why, long after a near miss in traffic, your hands are still shaking. The chemicals are still washing through you. All of this in seconds. A full-body emergency designed by evolution, firing before you even decide to be afraid. But your most ancient response to terror is not to fight and not to run. It is to freeze. Before fight or flight, your body often locks in place, heart slowing, muscles tense, perfectly still, watching, waiting. This is inherited from prey animals, a deer in headlights, a rabbit gone rigid, because predators are drawn to movement and stillness can hide you. As danger gets closer, your brain hands control to a deeper, more primitive region, and the raw terror takes over. And in the most extreme terror, when escape feels impossible, the body can shut down completely, going limp, plain dead. It is involuntary, ancient, and powerful. In studies of people who survived violent attacks, the majority describe this exact frozen helplessness. And it is crucial to understand. Freezing is not a choice, and it is not a failure. It is your oldest brain deciding in an instant that stillness is your best chance. So if you have ever frozen in a crisis and hated yourself for it, understand this. That was not weakness. It was a defense older than your species. And there is one more strange one, the faint at the sight of blood, when your body suddenly drops its own pressure and you collapse. Some scientists think that fainting itself may be ancient. Drop to the ground, go still, and a violent attacker might just pass you by.
Now, a question. Are you born afraid? Or do you learn your fears? The answer is stranger than both. You're not born terrified of snakes or spiders, but you are born ready to learn that fear, almost instantly. In one study, lab monkeys had no fear of snakes at all, but after seeing just one other monkey panic, they were terrified for life. But show them a flower with the same panic? Nothing. The brain only catches fear of the things that once could kill us. Your brain comes preloaded with a list of ancient dangers: snakes, spiders, heights, darkness, the threats that hunted your ancestors. It is why a coil of rope on the floor can make you jump before you look twice. Your brain shouts snake first and checks the truth a moment later. And it is why we fear the dark. In the dark, you cannot see the threat, so your ancient brain assumes the worst is hiding, just out of sight. Take heights. Place a crawling baby on a glass floor over a fake cliff, and most will stop at the edge, sensing the drop. But even that fear is partly learned. Babies only grow wary of heights after weeks of crawling, of learning that falling hurts. Almost a century ago, in a now infamous experiment, a psychologist taught a baby to fear a harmless white rat by pairing it with a terrible loud noise. It worked. Soon the baby feared the rat, then a rabbit, then anything fluffy. By modern standards, the experiment was cruel and would never be allowed. But it proved something deep. Fear can be installed. A single terrifying moment can wire a fear into you that lasts a lifetime.
So fear is powerful, automatic, and ancient. Which makes the next fact baffling. We love it. We chase it. We pay for it. Horror films, roller coasters, haunted houses. We deliberately scare ourselves half to death and walk away laughing. Why? Here is the secret. Your body builds the full fear response, the racing heart, the adrenaline, but your thinking brain knows you are safe. So you get the thrilling rush of survival, the flood of energy and focus, without any of the real danger. And the best part comes after. When the scare ends, a wave of relief and reward washes through you. You survived. Your brain rewards you for it. There is even a sweet spot. Just enough fear is a thrill. Too much tips into real terror. The fun lives right on that edge. Scientists measured this in a real haunted house, wiring up visitors. The most enjoyment came from being scared a moderate amount. Not too little, not too much. There is even a leftover thrill. The fear floods your body, and as it fades, that extra energy spills into whatever you feel next, supercharging your joy and relief. Fear can even be mistaken for love. People who met on a scary, swaying bridge felt more attracted to each other, fooled by their own racing hearts. Some people crave this rush far more than others, the thrill seekers, wired to hunt the very edge of fear, again and again. So when you scream at a horror movie and then beg for more, you are not strange. You are riding the oldest survival rush there is, with the safety on. But what would happen if you could feel no fear at all? Scientists found a woman who lived that way.
A rare illness had quietly destroyed the fear alarm deep in her brain, and so almost nothing could frighten her. She handled live snakes and spiders with calm curiosity. She walked through haunted houses, scaring the actors, not the other way around. She had been threatened with a knife, held at gunpoint, and nearly killed, and felt no fear in the moment. Her guardian was simply gone. It sounds like a superpower. It was the opposite. Without fear, she kept walking into danger that could have killed her again and again. Fear, it turns out, is not a flaw to delete. It is the invisible hand that pulls you back from the edge of the cliff. But there was a twist. One thing still terrified her. When scientists had her breathe air that mimics suffocation, she panicked completely. It proved that fear has more than one road. A threat from inside your own body can trigger pure terror, even without the brain's main alarm. And when these fear systems go haywire, you get phobias, panic, and anxiety, the most common struggles of the human mind. Fear turned up too loud. A phobia is fear pointed at the wrong thing or turned up far too high. A spider the size of a coin can freeze a grown adult in pure panic. And here is something gentle and important. None of these struggles mean you are broken. They mean your most ancient guardian is simply working overtime. The very same alarm that once saved your ancestors from lions is now firing in a world of screens, traffic, and crowds it was never built for. So why did evolution build something so powerful it can torment us? Because the alternative was so much worse.
Think of fear like a smoke alarm. A smoke alarm that screams at burnt toast is annoying, but you keep it because the one time it matters, it saves your life. Your fear works the same way. It is built to give 100 false alarms rather than miss the one real threat that ends you. A jump at a stick that turns out not to be a snake costs you nothing. Ignoring a real snake costs you everything. So evolution dialed your fear up high, on purpose. Better 1,000 needless frights than one fatal mistake. In fact, by the cold math of survival, almost every fear you ever feel is a false alarm. And that is exactly how it is supposed to work. The people with too little fear are the ones in danger. Those who feel almost no fear take deadly risks and are far more likely to die young. A little fear is not a weakness to cure. It is a quiet bodyguard, keeping you from the cliff, the fire, and the fight you would not survive. But here is the modern problem. That ancient alarm was built for lions and cliffs. Today, it fires at emails, deadlines, and crowded rooms. Your guardian has not caught up with the modern world. It still treats a hard conversation like a charging predator. That mismatch is much of our anxiety. So what is fear, really? It is not weakness. It is not your enemy. It is the oldest gift evolution ever gave you. It reacts before you can think, transforms your body in seconds, and has pulled every one of your ancestors back from the edge of death. It is the guardian that kept our fragile species alive through a world of teeth, claws, and darkness. It is the first line of defense against anything that might be dangerous, tempting us to stay safe, to be wary, to keep ourselves whole. And the feeling you call fear, that cold rush in your chest, is your oldest instinct, whispering one thing: stay alive. So the next time fear grips you, do not just fight it, thank it. It has been protecting you and your ancestors for 1,000,000 years. If this gripped you even a little, stay curious with me. There is so much more strange and beautiful science to explore. I will see you in the next one.